Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you why your cold emails are landing in spam and how to fix it. So, the problem nobody talks about. Most people who fail at cold email think they have a copy problem. They rewrite the subject line, they try a new offer, they test a shorter email, but nothing changes. Their campaign still gets zero replies. What they don't realize is that their emails are never being read at all. They're landing in spam before a single person ever sees them. And the brutal thing about the deliverability problems is that they're completely invisible. You don't get a notification, you don't get an error message, you get radio silence, and you're left wondering what's wrong with your copy when the copy was never the issue at all. So this doc covers the reasons cold emails end up in spam, how to diagnose which one is killing your campaign, and exactly how to fix it. This is part of an ongoing series where I'm documenting my cold email campaigns in real time. If you haven't watched the infrastructure setup video, I'd recommend you go watch that one first before you come and watch this one. So, my name is Dominic Schwantes. I'm the founder of Workflows, a B2B AI lead generation agency. I document everything I do in real time, the infrastructure builds, the campaigns, the numbers, what works and what doesn't. What you'll find in this doc is not theory. These are the real reasons campaigns fail at the deliverability level and what I do to fix them. So, why deliverability is the silent campaign killer. Here is how Gmail and Outlook decide what to do with your email. Every time an email arrives, the receiving server runs a series of checks. It looks at who sent it, whether the sending domain is authenticated, whether the sending IP has a good reputation, what the email content looks like, and how people have historically reacted to emails from that sender. Based on all of those signals combined, it makes a decision: inbox, spam, or reject. You have no visibility into this process. You just see open rates and reply rates. If those numbers are low, most people assume the copy is bad. But if your emails aren't even arriving in the inbox, open rate data means nothing. Most email clients don't even register and open for emails sitting in spam. The fundamental issue is that inbox providers are optimized to protect their users from spam. They would rather incorrectly filter a legitimate cold email into spam than actually let spam through. You are fighting against a system that is designed to be suspicious of exactly what you are doing. Understanding this is what makes the difference between campaigns that land and campaigns that disappear. If your reply rate is below 1%, don't touch your copy. Fix your deliverability first. Copy cannot save a campaign that isn't even landing. So, the 6 reasons cold emails land in spam. Reason 1, missing or broken DNS records. This is the single most common reason cold email campaigns fail, and it's one of the ones people never check. Every sending domain needs 3 authentication records configured correctly: SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. These are the baseline signals that tell Gmail and Outlook your email is legitimate. If any of them are missing or misconfigured or pointing to the wrong values, the receiving servers treat your emails as suspicious by default. So, SPF is Sender Policy Framework. It basically tells the receiving servers which mail servers are authorized to send the email on behalf of your domain. If you're sending through SmartLead but your SPF record doesn't include SmartLead servers, receiving servers see a mismatch and route the email to spam. DKIM stands for Domain Keys Identified Mail. It adds a cryptographic signature to every outgoing email. Receiving servers check this signature to verify the email was genuinely sent by your domain and hasn't been tampered with in transit. Missing DKIM means your emails arrive unsigned and unverified. And lastly, DMARC stands for Domain-Based Message Authentication Reporting and Conformance, which basically tells receiving servers what to do when SPF or DKIM checks fail. Without DMARC, the other 2 records have no enforcement mechanism. So with all that technical jargon out the way, let's look at how to check this. Go to mxtoolbox.com and run the following lookups for each of your sending domains: MX lookup, SPF record check, DKIM lookup, and DMARC lookup. All 4 of these need to come back clean. Any red flag means something is misconfigured and your emails are at risk. This check usually takes about 10 minutes across all of your domains and should be done before every campaign is launched. If you use ScaleMail to set up your infrastructure, they configure all of this for you, but still run the MX Toolbox check yourself before going live, just in case. The verification costs you 10 minutes, and a broken DNS record costs you an entire campaign, so definitely worth the 10 minutes. Now for reason number 2, sending from a domain with no warm-up history. A brand new domain has 0 sending reputation. Gmail and Outlook have never seen it before and have no reason to trust it. If you register a domain today and start blasting 500 cold emails tomorrow, you'll be flagged as a spammer almost immediately. And guys, believe me, the amount of people that have come to me and said, "Oh, my emails and domains got burned," and I said, "Well, when did you start setting them up?" And they said, "Yesterday." You'd be surprised how often this happens. Warmup exists to solve this problem. The process involves sending small volumes of email from your new domain to real accounts in a warm-up network. Those emails get opened and replied to, which builds a positive sending history. Over 2 to 3 weeks, your domain earns enough trust for inbox providers to stop treating it as a potential spam source. So the mistakes that kill warm-up. Starting campaigns before the 2-week minimum is complete. Turning off warm-up once campaigns start. The warm-up should run continuously alongside campaigns, not just at the start. Ignoring health score drops in Smart Lead during the warm-up. In Smart Lead, your warm-up health score is shown for every mailbox. You want this at or near 100% before you go live with any campaign. If it's below 80%, something is wrong and you should not be sending cold emails from that mailbox yet. Just to be clear, warm-up is not a one-time event. You should keep it running in the background continuously while your campaigns are active. It's what maintains your sender reputation over time. Reason number 3, sending too much too fast. Even on fully warm domains, volume spikes are a red flag to inbox providers. If your domain has been sending 200 emails per day and suddenly you jump to 2,000, that pattern looks exactly like what happens when a legitimate account gets compromised and used for spam. Inbox providers respond by throttling or filtering your emails. This is why the ramp up after warm-up matters as much as the warm-up itself. You don't go from 0 to full volume overnight. You increase gradually, a few hundred more per day each week, until you reach your operational ceiling. Now this is what safe volume progression looks like. So week 1 post warm-up, you're sending 200 to 300 emails per day. Week 2 is about 400 to 600 emails per day. Week 3 is 700 to 900 per day. And after week 4, you can operate at a full sustainable capacity of about 1,000 per day. Now for my current account that I was showing you throughout this series, the daily limit is currently sitting at 978 emails across those 74 mailboxes. That number reflects where the domains are in the ramp-up process. It's not the ceiling of what the infrastructure can push. Scaled Mail manages this progression automatically, and they're currently ramping it up as we speak. Running all your mailboxes at maximum volume from day 1 is one of the fastest ways to burn your entire domain set. Ramp up gradually, protect the reputation you built during this warm-up period. Reason number 4, spam trigger words and formatting in your copy. Spam filters don't just look at authentication signals, they also analyze the content of your email. Certain words, phrases, and formatting choices are strongly associated with spam, and using them can push you into the spam folder regardless of how your infrastructure is. Certain words, phrases, and formatting choices are strongly associated with spam, and using them can push you into the spam folder regardless of how clean your infrastructure is. So some common copy triggers are words like free, guarantee, limited time, and for the extra spammy ones, act now, click here, winner, congratulations, obviously. Excessive capitalization, like this, in all caps, multiple exclamation marks, and phrases like 100% satisfied or risk-free offer. Some formatting triggers are HTML emails with heavy styling, images or multiple colors. Big one here is tracking pixels or multiple redirected links. Emails that look like marketing newsletters rather than personal messages, and attachments of any kind. Now the fix for this is that cold email should look like a personal email from one person to another. Plain text only, no HTML, no images, no links, and no attachments. Write the way a person writes an email to a colleague. Now before launching, you can run your email through the default tester inside of Smart Lead, or you can run your email through mail-tester.com. It's free. You can send a test email to their address and it will give your copy a score. Send a test email to their address and it will score your copy and flag any specific issues. You want to score at least a 9 or above before going live. If your email looks like a marketing email, spam filters will treat it like one. Plain text wins every time for cold outreach. Reason number 5, high bounce rates from a dirty lead list. Every email that bounces damages your sender reputation. A bounce rate above 2 to 3% is a serious red flag to inbox providers. Push it higher and you're actively destroying the domain's ability to land in inboxes. Most people don't think about their lead list as a deliverability issue. They think of it as a targeting issue. But a list full of invalid emails does both. It kills your targeting and it tanks your domain reputation. So, how to keep bounce rates low? Only export verified emails from Apollo. Apollo has a verification filter, so use it. Run a second validation pass in Clay using zero bounce, because sometimes Apollo's data goes stale. Spot check contacts on LinkedIn before uploading. If a significant portion have changed roles, go back and tighten your filters. Never recycle old lists without revalidating. Email data degrades faster than most people expect. Bounce rate is your reputation on the line. One campaign with a 5% bounce rate could do more lasting damage to a sending domain than months of good behavior can repair. Reason number 6, negative engagement signals from recipients. Inbox providers monitor how real people react to your emails over time. If recipients consistently mark your emails as spam, delete them without opening, or never engage, those signals feed back into the filtering algorithm and your deliverability degrades. Signals that hurt you are spam complaints, sustained low open rates, and high delete without open rates. Signals that help you are obviously replies, as being the strongest signal possible, emails moved from spam to inbox, and opens. This is why sending to the wrong people is a deliverability problem as much as a targeting problem. Tight targeting means better engagement signals, which means your domain stays healthy over time. One spam complaint per 1,000 emails is within acceptable range. Above that, and you need to fix your targeting or messaging before you do lasting damage. So, how to diagnose which problem is killing your campaign. If your reply rate is low or zero, work through this diagnostic process before touching your copy. Step 1. Check your DNS records. Run every sending domain through mxtoolbox.com. Check SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and MX. Any red flags here are the first thing to fix. Everything else is secondary until authentication is clean. Step 2. Check your mailbox health scores. Open SmartLead and look at the health scores for every active mailbox, and anything below 80%, but in my opinion 90%, needs attention. Pause campaigns on low-scoring mailboxes until the score recovers. Step 3. Send a test email to MailTester. Go to mail-tester.com, get a test address, send your actual campaign email to it, and check the score. A score of 9 or above is exactly what you want before launching. Step number 4. Check your bounce rate in SmartLead. In your campaign analytics, look at the bounce rate. Above 2% means your list needs cleaning. Above 5% means stop the campaign immediately and revalidate before sending another email. Step 5. Check your spam complaint rate. SmartLead tracks complaint rates per campaign. If complaints are elevated, look at your targeting first. Mismatched targeting is usually the cause, not the copy. Step 6. Check whether you ramp too fast. Look at the volume progression on each domain. If you jumped from a low baseline to high volume quickly, that spike may have triggered filtering. Pull back on the volume on those domains and let the warm-up network rebuild trust before you scale them back up. Work through this checklist in order. First tackle the DNS, then the health scores, then the content, then the quality list, and then the engagement signals. Most problems, though, are usually found in the first 2 steps. So this is a deliverability checklist. Run through this before every campaign launch. SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are verified on all sending domains. All mailbox health scores are at least 80% in SmartLead. Obviously, we want to aim for 90% and above. Warmup is active and running on all mailboxes. You've tested an email on mail-tester.com with a score of at least 9. Email is plain text only, no HTML, no images, no links if avoidable. Lead list validated through zero bounce in Clay, which gives you an extra lot of protection. Lead list spot checked on LinkedIn. Sending volume is within the ramp-up schedule for each individual domain. No spam trigger words in the subject line or the body copy, and that you have an opt-out line included at the end of the email. When every item is ticked, you are ready to launch, not before. So, what to do if you're already in spam? If a campaign is live and you suspect your emails are landing in spam, here's the recovery process. Firstly, pause the email campaign immediately. Continuing to send from a flagged domain makes the problem worse with every single email. Step 2. Run the full diagnostic checklist above. Identify the root cause before taking any other action. Step number 3. Fix the root cause first. If it's the DNS, fix the DNS. If it's the content, rewrite the copy and run a new MailTester check. If it's the list, clean and revalidate it. Step number 4. Let the warm-up network run. After pausing campaigns, leave the warm-up running for at least a week before relaunching. The warm-up network will rebuild positive engagement signals and help recover the domain's reputation. Step number 5. Relaunch at lower volumes. Start at a lower daily volume than before and then ramp up gradually. And step 6. If the domain is burned, retire it. Some domains can't be recovered. If a domain has been heavily flagged, the most efficient move is to retire it and replace it with the fresh one. That's why having 14 domains instead of 1 matters. You can burn one and keep running the other 13 while the new one warms up. Retiring a burned domain is not a failure. It's the best move possible. The cost of a new domain is only $10 a year. The cost of sending campaigns from a burned domain is every email you send going straight to spam indefinitely. So, the honest take. Deliverability is not exciting. Nobody wants to spend time checking DNS records and reading from MX Toolbox reports. But this is the work that separates campaigns that produce results from campaigns that produce silence. Every time I've seen someone say cold email doesn't work, it has been a deliverability problem disguised as a copy problem. The emails were landing in spam, the copy was never the issue. Get your infrastructure clean, keep it monitored, and your results will reflect the quality of your targeting and messaging, rather than being silently killed by problems you never knew were there. I'm documenting everything in real time here on my YouTube channel, the infrastructure, the campaigns, and the results. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss new videos. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.